My fiancée gave my sports car to her white moonlight and posted on a certain platform, "Happy 28th birthday to my beloved boy." The comment section was full of envy and blessings. Everyone praised the rich lady for her generosity and said that she and her young boyfriend were a perfect match. Underneath, I posted a picture of the vehicle registration and the police report receipt. "Excuse me, this is my car, and I've already reported it to the police." My comment quickly rose to the top. Netizens were shocked. They clicked into my profile and saw my previous post about our relationship. The person I was dating was a rich lady herself, and we were even engaged. The post quickly escalated to a new level, and public opinion unanimously turned in my favor. "So it's not a rich lady, it's a rich guy. This is too dramatic. She dared to give her fiancé's car to a gigolo? What a thick skin. Bitch and dog, together forever, puke." The tracking software on my phone showed my sports car speeding down the road. Su Jia and Jiang Yi couldn't wait to take it for a joyride. The young couple were busy being lovey-dovey and clearly had no time to care about the netizens. They were confident that their love had moved heaven and earth. I really wanted to see their expressions when they found out they were being cyberbullied. Not long after I left the police station, I received an angry call from Su Jia. "Did you call the police?" They stopped me halfway. Su Jia was yelling without any regard for her image, and I disgustedly moved the phone away from my ear. In a tone of watching a show, I said yes. "This car was originally bought by me. Is there anything wrong with calling the police to catch a thief?" Su Jia was about to explode with anger. She took advantage of the fact that I was at work and couldn't be there to pick up the car myself. She stole my ID card and went to the dealership to fraudulently claim the sports car to show off. Wasn't I just celebrating Xiaoyi's birthday? Did you have to make such a big fuss? I've never seen a man as petty as you. So pretentious and stingy. Anyway, you have so many cars. What's wrong with giving one to Xiaoyi? We're getting married. Are you afraid I'll run away with him? Married? She really made me laugh. Even now, Su Jia still thought I would beg her to marry me. It was one thing for her and that Jiang guy to be unclear before. But today, posting it online had made me lose all faith as a man. If I didn't kick her to the curb, I'd be letting down the netizens who were speaking up for me. Since you brought it up, I might as well tell you. The wedding the day after tomorrow is canceled. We're broken up, and I'm saying it. Su Jia was stunned and didn't react for a moment. Then she let out a barrage of angry curses. "Qin Lin, are you out of your mind? Based on this, you'll never be as understanding and considerate as Xiaoyi. Cancel it then? Don't you dare kneel down and apologize to me later. I won't forgive you without 2 million. I clicked my tongue impatiently and hung up the phone. Su Jia must be even more furious after cursing at the air for so long. She set the post to prevent non-friends from commenting. Even though she was being severely criticized online, she still didn't delete the post and deleted every comment that was not in her favor. She only left the initial comments wishing her and her young boyfriend a lifetime of happiness. This was clearly a provocation towards me. But who cares? After work, I treated my brothers to an all-nighter at the bar. The last time I had this much fun was 3 years ago. After being with Su Jia, she often lacked a sense of security, thinking that as a second-generation rich kid, I would go out and womanize. In reality, I've only ever liked her, and I was very self-disciplined usually. When I opened my eyes the next day, my WeChat was full of voice messages from Su Jia. "Honey, I was wrong. Please forgive me, okay? They're about to dox me. Can you quickly help me clarify that Jiang Yi is my younger brother, and we just have a simple sibling relationship?" Seeing that I hadn't replied, Su Jia couldn't keep up the act anymore. "I've already apologized to you. What else do you want? Don't be too greedy. It won't be good for either of us if we really fall out. You quickly take care of it." Oh, luckily she reminded me. I almost forgot that I haven't informed my family and friends about the canceled wedding yet. The original wedding date was so close, the plane tickets and hotels couldn't be refunded. Too lazy to pay any attention to Su Jia, I directly posted a message on my WeChat moments. "The Qin family members can come for a free feast tomorrow, but the Su family is not allowed in." In an instant, my relatives and friends were in an uproar, and they all came to ask me what had happened. Especially Su Jia's parents, who, without even knowing the situation, immediately video called me to berate me. "How did your parents raise you? You're so old, still acting like a child. I order you, immediately in the Ancestral Glory group, in front of all the elders, apologize to Jia. Each relative gets a red envelope of 50,000 yuan. Then this matter is over." The 2 old parrots kept chirping. I coldly interrupted them with a sneer. "This matter definitely can't be over." Su Jia not only stole my car and gave it away, she also opened a room with a gigolo in my hotel, and it was the presidential suite. On the screen, a fleeting look of guilt flashed across Su's father's face. It seems they knew all about their daughter and Jiang Yi's dirty deeds. From the old to the young, they all kept it from me. These heartless old bastards. They don't even think about who hired the best foreign experts to treat them back then. I also covered all the medical expenses and hired 4 nurses to take care of them. They don't even have the most basic gratitude and still pick on me everywhere. Jiang Yi is Jiejia's younger brother. You two are married. He will also be your younger brother in the future. There's no need for family to be so distant, right? I boredly picked at my ears. That's easy to say. Does Jiang Yi have any blood relation with her? The other side was immediately speechless. It would be more appropriate to describe them as childhood sweethearts. Anyway, the wedding absolutely cannot be canceled. You're a grown man, just give in to Jiejia a little. I pressed the hang-up button and sent a message telling them to refund the betrothal money within the next 2 days, then set it to Do Not Disturb, blocking their angry essays. They didn't mention a word about money, but I have ways to force this family to cough it up. In the afternoon, I arrived at a villa. I used my fingerprint to unlock the door, but it failed. After knocking for a long time, Sue's mother finally opened the door slowly, wearing slippers. She peeked out half her head from the crack in the door, scrutinizing me with ill intentions. She hesitated for a long time, not intending to let me in. Who deleted my fingerprint and changed the password? I asked. Sue's mother didn't say a word. I pushed the door open forcefully, and 3 people were sitting in the spacious living room. Sue's father, puffing on a cigar, Su Jia, who glared at me, and Jiang Yi, standing beside her, with a smug look on his face. See, I knew he would come begging me for reconciliation. There was no need to worry at all. Sue's father glanced behind me, seeing it was empty, and grunted in dissatisfaction. Is this your attitude to apologize? Where's the sincerity? In the past, I would always bring large bags and small bags when I visited. Sue's father would pretend to be aloof and critique, saying this tea wasn't good and that ceramic was no good. He'd say things, but his hands were quicker than anyone else's. Sue's mother also followed up in a sarcastic tone. You don't even have the basic manners. No wonder you can't compare to Xiaoyi. Look at him. He never comes empty-handed. His vision is much grander than yours. The coffee table was filled with gifts of all sizes. Jiang Yi proudly puffed out his chest, making faces at me as a show of power, and moved his hand on Su Jia's waist without restraint. Jiang Yi had only come once, and they were already over the moon. I covered my nose with my hand, frowned, and complained in a voice they could all hear. The smell of cheap cigars, it makes my head hurt. Hearing this, Sue's father coughed a few times violently, and Jiang Yi's face also stiffened with awkwardness. I had been licking their boots for 3 years. Sue's parents hadn't even developed this basic eye for things. If they had any knowledge of goods at all, they would know that almost all the things Jiang Yi had given them were fake. Sue's parents were not in good health in the first place. All those random tonics could easily cause their condition to relapse. It's okay if they don't know, but Jiang Yi clearly knew it, deliberately buying them as flattery. The cigarettes and alcohol he showed off in his social media were all the real stuff. He's not that filial towards Sue's parents either. I've already notified the relatives. The wedding will proceed as scheduled tomorrow. You go to the bank to withdraw cash and hand out red envelopes as an apology tomorrow. You need to reflect on yourself. Do you think you're being reasonable? You're an adult, and you still haven't learned to control your emotions. Sue's father changed the subject, acting like a celestial king, pointing fingers and ordering me around. He was even having a pipe dream. Since Xiaoyi is here too, in front of me and your mother, you acknowledge him as your sworn younger brother and guarantee that you'll never interfere in his and Jiejia's relationship again. This outrageous statement made me laugh. Did he really think his daughter was so good that she could make people line up to be cuckolded? Su Jia glared at me unhappily. Qin Lin, what do you mean by that? If I give you a way out, you better take it. I'll ignore what happened this morning. Jiang Yi said hypocritically, Brother Qin, I've coaxed Jiejia, and she's agreed to go get the marriage certificate with you. If it were before, even if those words sounded so jarring, I would have smiled obsequiously to please Su Jia, immediately seizing the opportunity to drive to the Civil Affairs Bureau. Before proposing, Su Jia had strongly demanded to hold the wedding first before registering the marriage. Later, I finally understood what she was worried about. Su Jia released the news of the wedding, hoping that Jiang Yi would return from abroad to find her. They had known each other since childhood, accumulating over a decade of feelings. Until Jiang Yi's parents' business went bankrupt, and to avoid debts, they moved their entire family abroad. Su Jia thus lost contact with Jiang Yi, but she had always missed her first love in her heart. While Su Jia was reminiscing about him on her private social media account, she was also sending signals of goodwill to me. I, completely in the dark, fell deeply in love with her. Even though my parents strongly opposed the marriage, I was determined to marry her. Under Su Jia's hints, Jiang Yi was indeed hooked and rushed back to the country. On the first night of their reunion, Su Jia didn't reply to my messages all night. The two rekindled their old flame, completely disregarding my existence as her fiancé. Luckily, we hadn't registered our marriage, saving me the trouble of divorce and getting entangled with her. I sat on the single sofa, casually looking down at my Rolex watch. Jiang Yi's eyes lit up, full of envy and jealousy. This is my house. You guys can pack up and move out today. The lawyer and real estate agent I hired will arrive shortly. As soon as I finished speaking, the expressions of everyone present changed drastically. This is the house you said you'd give me. What right do you have to dispose of it? Su Jia was so angry that she stood up, arms crossed, pacing back and forth in anger. I did agree to give it to you, on the condition that we register our marriage. Now I don't want to get married. Not only the house, but also your car and the 5 million in betrothal gifts, I will all take back. I spread out my hands. Su's father and mother exchanged glances, harmonizing their words. Xiaoqin, marriage is a major event, not child's play. Su's father softened his tone slightly, his shrewd calculations visible beneath his wrinkles. Our Jia has been with you for 3 years. How many 3 years does a girl have? It's not like you can just say you don't want to marry her. Not a chance. Su's mother had a fiery temper and argued loudly with me, not mentioning the fact of Su Jia's infidelity at all. Jiang Yi, who was witnessing this, had a fleeting look of gloom on his face. Qin Lin, you have to keep your word. Knock, knock, knock. A knock on the door sounded. I calmly opened the door for the lawyer and the real estate agent and chatted with them for a while. Jiang Yi quickly pulled Su Jia aside and whispered, "He's playing hard to get, doing this specifically to provoke you." I have always had good hearing, so every word of their conversation entered my ears. After hearing Jiang Yi's words, Su Jia's anxiety was swept away, and she immediately returned to her confident demeanor. Do I not know him? He's just trying to get my attention. The more I'm angry and show him I care, the higher he'll fly. Su's father also calmed down, gave Su Jia a look, and waited to see me make a fool of myself. Hey, have you guys said enough? This must be Ms. Su. Su Jia slapped it away. Stop acting. Qin Lin, did you hire these extras? That suit looks so official. She sized him up from head to toe, and Lawyer Chen looked bewildered. All right, I apologize to you. I'll go home tonight. Su Jia mercifully hooked her arm around mine, as if offering a highly tempting condition. She turned her head to look at the two of them. This doesn't concern you too. You can leave now. Seeing that I didn't say anything, the real estate agent continued to set up the filming equipment, while Lawyer Chen took out a business card. Ms. Su, I am Chen Qin from Chengwang Law Firm. I will be fully responsible for Mr. Qin's property dispute with you. Chengwang Law Firm was one of the best law firms in the city, even in the entire country. Su Jia didn't even look at the business card. Instead, Jiang Yi snatched it and examined it back and forth in his hand. Finally, he muttered, "This must be a fake." Su Jia scoffed. "Did you hear? Haven't you acted enough?" Lawyer Chen expressed great sympathy for me. I shrugged. I had to sigh at how blind I was back then. Believe it or not, Chen's information can be searched online. Don't say I didn't warn you. Move out of here as soon as possible. The real estate agent will bring people to view the house soon. The older generation's judgment was still accurate. After my parents met Su Jia once, they immediately reminded me that she was not the kind of simple-minded girl. During that time, Su Jia tried every means to beg me to buy her a villa. I was almost swayed, but my parents strictly stopped me. You're not even married yet, and she's already dumping the responsibility of taking care of us on you. It's obvious she's using you. We'll let the past medical expenses slide, but the house absolutely cannot be registered under her name, unless you're married. Otherwise, I'll freeze your card. So, I funded the purchase of a villa in the best location. When she got the property certificate and saw that her name wasn't on it, Su Jia was still displeased. Don't worry, once we get married, I'll change the name to yours. I bought her bags and jewelry for a whole month, finally managing to coax her into being happy. Never did I expect that Su Jia would turn around and sell the gifts I gave her, secretly buying all sorts of brand name items for Jiang Yi. It was the familiar sales guy who messaged me, telling me that my fiancé was shopping with a man he didn't recognize. I belatedly realized that Jiang Yi had returned to the country. Lawyer Chen was very efficient and helped me hire movers. That very night, her entire family scurried out of the villa. All that was left was to get back the betrothal money. On the planned wedding day, the Qin family gathered happily, eating and drinking, a scene of great festivity. The Su family was blocked outside by security, angrily calling Su's parents' phones. Having come all the way from their hometown, they had planned to take advantage of this wealthy catch, hoping to rake in a 5 or 6-figure red envelope. Who knew the wedding would be called off? Not only did they not get any money, they weren't even allowed to eat. All their pent-up anger was unleashed on them. Suddenly, the doors to the banquet hall swung open, and a woman in a wedding dress, holding a bouquet of flowers, slowly walked onto the red carpet. The scene instantly became quiet, and the guests began to whisper amongst themselves. What's going on? Didn't they say they broke up? What's this all about? Isn't the woman trying to win him back? I heard that the woman's family wasn't very ethical. That's why little Chin called off the wedding. Su Jia came uninvited, with exquisite makeup, completely disregarding the gazes around her, walking toward me with her head held high. I put down my wine glass and coldly stared at her. Chin Lin, I'm willing to marry you, she said sentimentally, forcing a gentle smile. Her wavering eyes exposed her inner thoughts. In front of everyone, she played a good trick, forcing me to accept her in public. Otherwise, the one who had betrayed the relationship would become me. Does it have to be this embarrassing? I said coldly. The smile on Su Jia's face didn't fade, and she rubbed against me intimately. She lowered her voice and said in my ear, I believe you wouldn't. You're just jealous. You still love me, right? After the wedding, we'll get our marriage certificate, and I'll always be yours. I took a step back, drawing a line between us. Su Jia, we broke up. I don't love you anymore. Su's parents, dressed in a suit and a qipao, rushed over. Su's father wore a kind smile. Son-in-law, you've had too much to drink. He's talking nonsense because he's drunk. Don't take it seriously. Ha ha. Once the house was gone, they started showing me a good face. The guests outside are all waiting impatiently. Let them come in quickly. Su's father pretended to ask my opinion, but the force with which he was holding my hand tightened. The meaning of his threat was clear. Sure, let them all come in. I conceded, and Su's parents immediately beamed. Since they still felt like the commotion wasn't big enough, then I would fulfill their wishes. I had left Su Jia some dignity. I hadn't publicized her cheating, except for a very few people who knew the inside story. Most people heard that the reason was our incompatibility. The Su family chattered as they entered the hall, stuffing all the cigarettes from the tables into their pockets. You guessed that I would come, didn't you? Did you prepare the money? Su Jia was smug, convinced that I couldn't bear to lose her. She pulled me to toast the elders, but I stood still. The lights silently went out, and the surroundings were dark. The brother in charge of the projection gave me a signal, and the meticulously made video started playing on the big screen. To avoid any unexpected situations, I had also made backup plans. As the scenes changed, Su Jia's face turned as pale as paper. They were all evidence of her sweet dates with Jiang Yi, hugging and holding each other, entering and exiting hotels, spending money in upscale restaurants, reenacting Titanic on a cruise ship. They were truly a happy couple. Su's father completely lost face, roaring, Who put this on? Turn it off. Turn it off now. The discussions between the two families rose and fell, and Su's mother covered her face awkwardly with a handkerchief. Su Jia was so angry that she instinctively wanted to slap me. My wrist was firmly held, unable to move. These are all photoshopped. The videos are also fabricated. Chin Lin, you're maliciously slandering me. I'm going to sue you, she explained weakly, her eyes burning with hatred. Then go ahead and sue. The police can easily find out if this is real or not. The onlookers, eager for a show, urged her to call the police. Su Jia hesitated. The truth was obvious. The Chin family all sided with me, and some sensible members of the Su family had also turned against her. At this moment, Su Jia, dressed in a pure white wedding dress, looked like a complete joke. She was not worthy of being my bride at all. My heart belongs to you. Can't you forgive me just once? Su Jia gritted her teeth and said, tears welling up in her eyes but refusing to fall. Her hatred for me was so deep that even her tears seemed fake. I rejected her with a blank expression. No, I can't. If you really want to reconcile, then where were you last night? Last night? She suddenly remembered that she and Jiang Yi had been partying at a bar until the early hours of the morning, then booked a room nearby and discussed how to deal with me today under the covers. And then they came up with this terrible idea. I only found out about it by checking the family car transaction records and quickly unbound her. You can't say it, can you? If you can't say it, then get lost. Su Jia seemed to have been struck by lightning, her whole body stiff. This is what you said. Jia, let's go. If he won't marry you, then I will. Jiang Yi appeared like a hero, possessively taking Su Jia's hand and leading her out of the noisy crowd. Su Jia was immediately moved, throwing off her veil and striding away with a carefree back. Chin Lin, you'll regret it. So young, so rebellious. I almost wanted to applaud their grand and passionate love. In just 2 days, netizens had dug up everything about the rich woman and her young boyfriend. Below Su Jia and Jiang Yi's lovey-dovey videos were comments cursing them as adulterers. The comments were being deleted faster than they could be made, so Su Jia had to post again to prove her innocence. She even attached an old childhood photo. We've known each other for over 20 years. I've always treated him like a little brother. Isn't it fair to call him the boy I love the most? The netizens were amused and kept asking, if he's such a good younger brother, then why did you like comments wishing you a long and happy life together? Poor ex-fiancé spending so much money on that gold digger, and she still only puts him second in her heart. Look at this picture a passerby secretly took of the two fleeing the hotel. Doesn't it look just like them? Su Jia's attempts at explanation not only failed, but only made the public opinion worse. Even a hotel employee came forward with a vivid description of the scene, completely confirming that she had been having an affair. My homepage was also flooded with netizens praising me for being awesome. If you say you're not getting married, then you're not getting married. That's amazing execution. It's a good thing you're not love blind. Your mind is clear. There are plenty of fish in the sea. How about you look at me, rich guy? I was happily browsing through the comments when there was a knock at the door. It must be the takeout, I thought without thinking, and opened the door. But unexpectedly, it was Su Jia. My mood immediately soured. She was wearing a mask and hat, only revealing a pair of swollen, red eyes, staring at me pitifully. Husband, I know I was wrong. The next second, she hugged my neck without waiting for a response, quietly sobbing, her voice full of grievance. I'll stay away from Xiaoyi from now on. Please don't be mad at me, okay? Let go first. I won't. I struggled to peel off this stubborn nuisance, feeling both angry and amused. At this point, haven't you woken up from your dream? I've already filed a lawsuit in court. You should have received the summons. Quickly return the betrothal money and the money you spent on Johnny. Seeing that I was unmoved, Su Jia gripped the hem of her dress, at a loss. Her earlier arrogant demeanor had completely vanished. Why are you still wearing the wedding ring I bought for you? Hasn't Jiang Yi married you yet? While speaking, I took her hand and removed the ring. Su Jia watched helplessly as I confiscated the only valuable thing she had left. Her tears flowed even faster. In the past, relying on my indulgence, her spending habits were extravagant, but her recent life must have been quite difficult. Returning it to its rightful owner, is that too much to ask? The door closed again, and through the peephole, I saw Su Jia standing stiffly for a while before finally walking away, dejected. After a while, there was another sound at the door. Are you done yet? I impatiently opened the door a crack. Jiang Yi bowed deeply, his voice hoarse as he apologized. Brother-in-law, I'm sorry. I was stunned. These two must have discussed this beforehand. Jiang Yi vowed. I won't bother you and Jia Jia anymore. She truly loves you. We've deeply reflected these past few days. Could you withdraw the lawsuit? Don't call me brother-in-law, it's disgusting. Su Jia is younger than me. I should call you brother-in-law. I slammed the door shut. Withdrawing the lawsuit was impossible. This kid slept with my fiancé, and he still had the nerve to expect me and Su Jia to reconcile, and for me to keep being their free ATM. I blocked all contact information of the Su family. Any problems, they could deal with my lawyer directly. Su's parents' old habit came back. They called me from different numbers, wailing and crying. Son-in-law, my heart is acting up again. That foreign doctor you called for me last time, call him to come and see me again. My legs hurt every night. That old TCM master you mentioned, have him come and give me some acupuncture today. I lay on a beach chair, sunbathing, and replied lazily. Foreign doctor? He works in Australia. Go make an appointment abroad. Acupuncture is easy. Pay the fee first, and the clinic will send someone over soon. I can't afford to be your son-in-law. Have the one surnamed Jiang be filial. Seeing their sob story didn't work and no one was paying for them, Su's parents quieted down. From the very beginning, they were perfectly clear about everything. My family's background was much better than Su Jia's. They didn't want to be controlled by my family in the future, so they tried their best to control me, looking down on me and my parents everywhere. Although my parents were against me being with Su Jia, seeing how sincerely I liked her, they acquiesced to our relationship and never once showed Su Jia a bad face. On the contrary, I was the one who suffered too many grievances for no reason. Ending an unhealthy relationship, I finally understood how free life could be. But Su Jia still wouldn't give up, appearing in front of me with a pregnancy test report. Qin Lin, I'm pregnant. Oh, but the child is definitely not mine. Su Jia grabbed my arm. The child is yours. I stopped, looking at her confused. Su Jia stammered. I haven't had my period for 3 months. I thought it was irregular sleep patterns for the first 2 months and didn't think much of it. I went to the hospital yesterday, and the doctor said the child in my belly is more than 3 months old. I felt a headache coming on for no reason. Indeed, the last time Su Jia and I were intimate was more than 3 months ago. I had celebrated her birthday, rented out the entire amusement park, and we watched a grand fireworks show together. Su Jia was deeply moved and rarely didn't reject me. But I remembered that I took precautions the entire time. As for Jiang Yi, he only returned to the country 2.5 months ago. Could it be that I'm really going to be a father? Su Jia supported her slightly protruding stomach. I came to tell you that this is our flesh and blood, and I won't abort him. I was silent for a while, my fingers casually tapping on my phone. Then I gave a smile. Okay, I will take responsibility for my child. Her goal achieved. Su Jia's eyes instantly sparkled with light. Husband, are we reconciled? I nodded. Su Jia continued. During my pregnancy, I need someone to take care of me, and my meals need to be nutritious. Of course, you choose a few reliable nannies to serve you. I continued according to Su Jia's words, pretending not to notice the greed in her eyes. As soon as Su Jia left, I immediately contacted a friend who works at a gynecology hospital. He's an old acquaintance of mine and was there at the wedding banquet the other day. He was just about to tell me that Su Jia was pregnant. Her parents had accompanied her for her prenatal checkup. Are you sure she's 2 months pregnant? For sure. Would I ever lie to you, Brother Chin? This wild child in her belly definitely belongs to that pretty boy. No escaping. My friend sensed something was wrong. Wait a minute. Could it be that she's still lying to you? I gritted my teeth. You guessed it. As expected. Su Jia must be at her wit's end, even pulling a switch baby trick. Just then, Su Jia sent me a screenshot of a bill. Husband, I've hired 5 nannies to take care of me. This is a child from the Chin family, so we can't be careless at all. Hurry and transfer the money to me. You said you'd take responsibility. 5 nannies? She really thinks she's an empress. Her account balance showed $1 million in savings. She stubbornly refused to return my money. I hatched a plan and sent her a voice message. Don't worry, if it's my own son, I definitely won't ignore him. Jia, the company's cash flow is tight this month. Keep all the bills, and I'll reimburse you as soon as I have some funds. The typing indicator kept showing on her end, but she didn't reply. Su Jia was pondering my intentions, and finally, she chose to concede a step. Okay, but you're not allowed to go back on your word. Ha, you better not be the one who goes back on your word. Later, Su Jia kept urging me for money, but I kept delaying her with the excuse that the company was not doing well. I had someone send some cheap gifts to her door, offering her warm greetings, and Su Jia slowly began to believe that I was genuinely busy with work. I have to go. I need to earn money for the baby's milk formula. I hung up the video call, my face stiff from smiling. After acting this part for almost 3 months, Su Jia had nearly spent all the money in her account, and her anxiety was palpable. All her conversations with me revolved around one topic: money. Naturally, I wouldn't give her a single cent. I packed my luggage and went to the airport, boarding a flight to Europe that very night. If I hadn't taken over the company overseas, I would have loved to see Su Jia's wishful thinking fall apart. The next day, Su Jia called to question me. Qin Lin, my parents went to your company to find you, and your assistant said you went abroad. Is this really true? It's true. I showed her the scenery of the medieval castle. Su Jia's mouth twitched, and she instantly broke down. You bastard. You said you'd raise the child, and now you're leaving him to me alone. The nanny's contract is for a whole year, and you haven't even reimbursed me. I'm going to be in credit card debt. I let her rant, and after Su Jia was tired of yelling, I spoke slowly. I did say I'd raise the child, but only if the child was mine. And I recorded it. You and Jiang Yi's child. You expect me to take over? Hearing the words take over, Su Jia panicked. How did you know? As soon as those words came out, even Su's parents standing nearby were shocked. What? The one in her belly isn't his. Su's mother covered her mouth, tears streaming down her face. Slap. Su's father instantly became furious and slapped Su Jia across the face. You unfilial daughter. I told you not to mess around with that little beast named Jiang, but you wouldn't listen. You said you wanted to find a way to tie him down. Why should I be the only one to take the blame? Su Jia was in tears, covering her aching face, while the family argued loudly in the pregnant woman's room. Scenes of people turning on each other never get old. After dealing with everything at home, my life returned to peace. It was like a vast ocean, with occasional waves of pleasant surprises. I met a new girlfriend, an illustrator. With her, I felt equality and respect in a relationship for the first time. We didn't have to discuss family wealth. We just did things that made each other happy. I would buy her beautiful bags, and she would always receive them shyly. trying to return the gesture with a gift of equal value. This often made me reflect on whether I had done something wrong. She would hug me around the waist and gently comfort me. "Lynn, your intentions are the most precious." My heart fluttered again. Her love was not tainted by any self-interest. She had also dated an ex-boyfriend who wanted to meet up again and reminisce, but she refused firmly. She sent him a photo of the two of us, showing in every word that she was happy. He never messaged her again. Compared to Soo Jia's actions, I was glad that I had cut my losses in time. Her parents were also very nice to me. Her aunt would personally make soup and send it to my company, and her uncle would invite me to go fishing and play golf. They truly treated me like their own son. I hope my life will always be like this. I found out about Soo Jia again from the trending news. She had posted a childhood photo with Jiang Yi. Later, she couldn't withstand the public outcry and deleted all of her account content. Someone had saved the photo. A few months later, it was seen by Jiang Yi's creditors, and they sued him. It was said that he was having an affair with Soo Jia while also seducing several other wealthy women. As soon as Soo Jia got pregnant, he disappeared without a trace. The reason he dared to declare that he would marry her on their wedding day was because Jiang Yi realized that I wouldn't reconcile with Soo Jia. He couldn't gain any more benefits from me. He was just trying to earn enough of her affection to continue scheming for the betrothal money I had given Soo Jia. But Soo Jia had lost me as a cash cow and guarded her remaining money tightly. So Jiang Yi had gradually revealed his true colors. Now, it wasn't just the Jiang family's creditors demanding he pay his father's debts. The wealthy women Jiang Yi had emotionally scammed also declared they would make him pay the price. Two groups of people chased him to the ends of the earth, and in the end, Jiang Yi obediently went to prison. The moment the verdict took effect, he must have regretted returning to the country to pursue true love. The most unexpected thing was Soo Jia. Ignoring her parents' objections, she took a gamble and insisted on giving birth to her daughter. She used my and Jiang Yi's DNA to conduct paternity tests. Unfortunately, it wasn't as she hoped. The child's father was in prison. Soo Jia was devastated, making a huge scene and crying in the hospital, claiming the test results were fake. Soo's parents didn't even glance at their granddaughter. They packed up and returned to their hometown, severing ties with Soo Jia. The rich woman who was showing off sports cars over a year ago had become a sallow and thin single mother, causing a wave of sighs from netizens. Showing off love to the wrong person will lead to a backlash. Unlike me, I post pictures of my wife on social media every day. I've decided she's my forever. The end.